Now, the pattern in front of my house in government gang stalking is noise. Noise is one of the principal harassment tactics in government gang stalking. What is government gang stalking? This started with the Bush-Cheney administration when they changed FBI guidelines and they made anyone able to be surveilled and harassed by the FBI. So who harasses you and surveils you? The people that harass you and surveil you are your own neighbors, people in the community. In other words, what did Dick Cheney do? He created what I call an American Stasi. He got Citizen Corps, which is first responders, neighborhood watch group members, a lot of people in the health professions. Nurses are outrageous for gang stalking. Firemen, police, ambulance drivers. This program has been going on for 2 decades. My gang stalking started in 2006 when a fireman gang stalk neighbor moved in next door to me. He didn't like my mentally handicapped brother and myself, so he used a suspicious activity report to report us. That's how they do it. Back in the day of Bush-Cheney, suspicious activity reports were used by first responders to target people, and they started this government gang stalking program. Now, what happened, you can look on YouTube and you can see police who actually bought the house next to the city manager of Stockton, California, and they used noise, construction noises, to harass him. And you'll see in the video, it'll say gang stalking police. So police gang stalk. Essentially, it's the Joint Terrorism Task Force, along with the FBI, along with Citizen Corps. So a gang stalking target like me, it's your neighbors, it's people in the neighborhood, it's people in the community. I call them the Reds because they use something called conspicuous surveillance. So essentially what they're trying to do at this point, after 18 years, they're trying to drive me out of my house because of the fact that I tell you about government gang stalking. I tell you that they use neighborhood watch groups, they use neighbors, they use people in the neighborhood. I tell you that they use noise. I put videos on YouTube. I have 2 websites, StopGangStalkingPolice.com and StopGangStalkingPolice2.com. So you can come to my neighborhood. It's a 55-plus neighborhood, very quiet. But you can come in front of my house and you will hear noise in the front of my house, in the back of my house, because noise is one of the big tactics that they use in government gang stalking, in addition to mobbing. In other words, when I open my front door, there'll be somebody that walks in front of my house. They used to do it always in red, but since everybody knows, I call them the Reds, that they use conspicuous surveillance. That's what the FBI calls it. Now they'll just come in front of my house in regular clothes or a regular car. However, in the neighborhood, they use the conspicuous surveillance. Now, unfortunately, I'm 75 years old. I've hurt both my knees. I torn the meniscus, and so I don't go out as frequently as I did. Used to have a little dog, used to take him out every day, and that's when I saw the patterns in the neighborhood. That's when I saw the red cars, especially on corners. That's when every time in every neighborhood that we took a walk, there was mobbing. There were people in red that would come out of their houses because just like the Stasi in East Germany, under government gang stalking, it is a percentage of our population who gang stalks. Now you may say, well, how can this program have continued since 2006, almost 2 decades? It's protected by the state secrets doctrine. This was started by Dick Cheney. None of his surveillance programs have been investigated. So I'm doing what I do, which is try to show what government gang stalking is like.